Hi everybody, Johnny Vivento here. How you doing? It's been quite a while since my last video, a few days. I said a few things I shouldn't have said on that video, and I kind of apologize for it, saying that the rebukers of Sarasota Tim are uglier and uglier. I didn't really mean that. I just wanted a reaction. I got a reaction. A couple of disgruntled ladies out there who commented and said I shouldn't have said it, and actually worse than that, but I apologize. I didn't mean that. It's actually at night here. I'm here in my studio. It's night. And I thought I'd come out here because I just feel like, I don't know, it's just the way I haven't been feeling well the last couple of days. I thought I'd come out here and I want to talk to you about Sarasota Tim again, because there seems to be like double the amount of anti-Sarasota Tim YouTubers out there. It's like double now. I mean, it really is from when I started. I've only been doing this for 6 weeks, okay? I think it's like 5 weeks. Sorry. I made my first video like 5 weeks ago, and it seems to have been doubled, like the amount of people against him, and what I'd like to talk to you about today, actually, I'm going to talk to you about him first, but then I'm going to talk to you about how you can do an alternative to Sarasota Tim, an alternative route at 62 to Sarasota Tim, okay? And it's a route that I'm telling you, this is the route that you can go down. Everything in the United States is very expensive, isn't it? It's crazy expensive, like everything. Your rent, your food, your transport, your insurances, your healthcare system, everything's crazy expensive, and that's worldwide. It's not just the United States. It's recession. It's not recession. I'm sorry. It's inflation worldwide. Even here in Mexico, things are double what they used to be like 10 years ago. Okay, so and I wasn't here 10 years ago. And I'm telling you, they've gone up like I would say 50% in the last 4 years. Okay, like every single thing. Food as well, food especially, and things are different now. The world is changing, and it just is. It's just changing. So I'm going to give you an alternative to Sarasota Tim. The first thing I want to talk about is him, because I want to tell you that a lot of people have said, you're using his name to get some views or whatever. Yeah, I am, but I like the guy. It's not just that. What can I say? It's not that I'm, going into my favorite sport, which is soccer, okay? I could do that. I could go off somebody else's back and do the same, but I'm not. I'm doing on Sarasota Tim because I like to watch his channel occasionally. I don't watch every video. Now, lately, it's about his car, his Honda car. Now, when you retire at 62, like he did, and you buy a couple of toys, he bought a nice camper and a thing. Okay, he had the money for that. And then he's talking about he's going to live off his $1,700 a month. In the United States, it's almost impossible, okay? But he doesn't have rent to pay. But he still has, I don't think the camper's free. I think there's a lot of things involved. So you do have to work. So you're not really retiring at 62. He buys a couple of toys, okay? Then he buys a car, and then he buys another car, then another car that costs like 50 grand. So there's got to be something there, we all know that. So you're right in that respect, okay? Now he has a Honda as well. How'd you get it? I mean, I don't get it. Why would you buy a truck then a Honda for $35,000 US, which is absolutely absurd, You would buy a cheaper car, right? I'm going back to the United States in a few weeks' time. I'm going to buy a car for $3,000 or $4,000 because I already have a car here in Mexico, which is an expensive one, and I want a little runaround car when I'm in the United States. And I wouldn't buy a $35,000 car, something that is quite absurd, really. But he did it, and he keeps buying these things. And the reason is he is not broke. He can't be. Because you need the credit, you need the credit. If he doesn't have the collateral, how's he going to get the loan? And he says he paid cash, and he could have paid cash, well, I doubt it very much. Okay, but this is America. You know, Americans live off their plastic. Okay, most Americans, they do. It's just the way it is. You know, there's a lot of temptation out there with ads and online, and you know, it's just so many things around it. The media, you know, makes people want to have things, you know, and they do it. They go, wow, well, I can pay it off over 5 years. I have a daughter who just bought an incredibly expensive truck, but it's for her business, you know. So that's a different matter. She says, Dad, it's for my business. I said, okay, you're right. You got it, which it is. And my daughter's in Arizona and she's doing very well. But what I'm trying to say is that she bought that for a reason. It wasn't just to drive around America, just, you know, look, staying at stops or whatever. She bought it for a reason. Sarasota Tim bought this truck, which is beautiful, of course, and the new RV that he has. Yeah, it's a nice thing to have, and he hasn't paid rent. So you know, look how many years he's lived without having to pay rent, and you know what rent's like in Florida. So I think he's done okay. You know, so let's put it that way. He's a typical American male, let's say, who, you know, he just is. He's a typical American male. You know, he has his food and whatever. I don't think he's as broke as he's portraying that he's a regular guy and he's a minimalist. I don't think so. I think he has money behind him. He's a nice guy. People like to watch his channel. They like to watch him making steaks, sausages on the grill. Oh yeah, my new air conditioner. Yeah, they want to see that. They want to see this. People want to see this stuff. You know, he's outside sitting there. He gives them incentive to do it themselves, okay? Do they ever do it? Well, I would say 10% do what he did, okay? And now, of course, he's at the age, he's got his Medicare kicking in, so he's got that. He doesn't have to worry about that anymore. So he's done okay. You know, he's okay. He had an eye problem. That's resolved, I believe. He's had a few other medical issues. You know, I'm older than him. I've never had a medical issue. You know, I can't even remember the last time. What I'm trying to get at is that you've got to be lucky in life. You have to be lucky. Sarasota Tim, 62 years old, I'm telling you, he's correct. That you can actually retire. It's the best way. And as he's telling you about the financial things, he's wrong about most of his financial advice. But I'm going to tell you some financial advice. It's not actually financial advice. It's advice on life. Okay? If you don't want to work anymore, you want to work a few hours or a part-time job, retire at 62. Don't go to Starbucks for your coffee. Okay? Go to Wawa like he does, but it's better still. Make it at home. Put it in a flask. Cost you a quarter of the price. It's better. And you save all that money. If you thought about the money, I used to do that. I used to look at my restaurant bills every month. I have my kids. I have 3 kids. You know, you go out for dinner, you go over there, and you look at you go, Jesus Christ, I spent that much over a month, over a year. You know, it really adds up. The thing is, cook at home. Get your grill, get the kids around, buy them a steak. It's cheaper than going out to IHOP. Okay, so I'm just saying. You know, you can do it that way. That's the way to do it, I guess. But Sarasota Tim, I don't think goes to restaurants. He does eat at home. He likes food, you know, and he gets some good stuff. You know, he's doing okay, you know, and people like to watch all that stuff. They like to watch him going to Wawa, going to Walmart. I don't want that one. I think I want to take that one. You know, people like that stuff. Now, there's detractors out there who are against Sarasota Tim. They've done better than me. You know, I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't really need subscribers or view. You know, I'm just out here just being the lone voice that's saying that he's kind of right, Sarasota Tim. I've got to tell you. Life experiences, and I'm going to tell you something now. In New York, I worked hard in New York for over 20 years, okay? Before I moved to Colorado. And I'm still in touch with the couple of jobs I had. I'm still in touch with guys who I work with. Guys and gals who I work with in New York, okay? And 4 of them died from COVID. Okay, 2020, 19, 20. 4 died through COVID. 4. So it just shows you, I'm just one guy, just one time, those 4 people have passed away through COVID. anything can happen in life. You know, I used to have a, sorry, excuse me. I'm just getting over a cold here, believe it or not, in Mexico, and it's like 85 degrees every day, and I still have colds. Actually, it's the first one I've had in years. So I'm just getting over that. But I'm just saying that I have a friend. He's kind of more like an acquaintance, but it's somebody that I know in New York. Worked hard for his family. Used to say to me, you know, I want to retire. He was my age. He said, I want to retire at 65. That's it. I'm done at 65 years old. And he had a business and he was doing very, very well. Beautiful wife, couple of beautiful kids, great home, nice job, lots of money, doing very, very well. And they went on vacation to Florida, Key West, went on a yacht and a catamaran. It was an amazing trip, you know. And he flopped down on his dinner and had a heart attack at 58 years old. He was dead, 58 years old. Okay, and it hurt. It really did. You know, he wasn't a great friend of mine, but he was somebody that I worked with. I worked for more than with. And, you know, I did jobs for him. Just an awesome guy, 58 years old. You know, that's one. Then I had 4 die through COVID. People that I knew, people I'd worked with, okay, for many, many years. So it does happen out there. You know, you've got to be lucky that your health is okay. And if it is, if you're 62, your health is okay, I have an alternative. You don't have to do the Sarasota Tim, Florida, RV, the truck and all this and going around and camping. You have to empty out your grey box or black, whatever it's called, man. You know, I mean, come on, let's be honest. I mean, it's not a good. I wouldn't like to do that. I really wouldn't. I've never lived in an RV, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't like to do that. Okay, but Sarasota Tim is the typical American male. Okay, he is, and people have said that he's disrespected women. I mean, you know, everyone's disrespecting everyone. Actually, I disrespected women, and a couple of people mentioned it. Excuse me, in my last video. I'm so sorry about this cough. And I really feel sorry that if I did, and I didn't really mean it. Because I just didn't believe they were women. And then one particular one that I did disrespect, I shouldn't have done it. It's just that they actually hurt me a few times in some of the videos, the stuff they were saying about Tim, and it was like, and I know he watches all this stuff, he must do, and so I really was really backing him. Okay, so I apologize if I offended anybody, but about offending women, I don't know, maybe he has done in the past. He's disrespected women, I don't know. I don't watch all of his videos. Okay, Miss Tammy, she seems to like him, but I don't think it's a serious relationship, but who knows? I mean, she looks like a lovely lady. I mean, she's fine. I mean, she doesn't say anything in the videos. But anyway, getting out from that, I'm going to talk to you about how you can do an alternative to Sarasota Tim. And it can be done. Okay, and I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it if you want to do it. If you're an American, 62 years old, or even a Canadian, European, whatever, you can do exactly what I did. And I'm going to talk to you about it as if I didn't have any money, okay? Now, I'm going to actually state that I have the same money, let's say, as Sarasota Tim did. Because I think he had probably $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. We're going to go from there. And I'm going to make a part 2 of this video after I've had a good cough, okay? Thank you so much, and I will be right back. This is part 1, and I'll be back with part 2. Hopefully, my chest will get better. Unless it's better now. So I can carry on. Am I going to get better? Yes, I am. Okay. I've had this cough. Okay, I had the flu. I was even in bed for a couple of days. and it was like 80, 90 degrees outside. I was in bed for a couple of days. I don't know why. I don't know. It just came over me. I didn't have COVID. I mean, God forbid, I didn't have that. But I'm just saying that I had a cough and a cold. And then I started taking medication, which I never do. But my wife persuaded me to take medication, which I did. And it's a lot better. But I will be back to make this. This is part 1. I'll make part 2 in a couple of minutes. Okay, thank you so much. And I got some great information. Please subscribe and hit the like button, please. I'd really appreciate it. I want to get my subscribers up there, if possible, and I will come back with a part 2 of this story. And I think I've been on the air now for like 16 minutes, and I'll do another 16 minutes when I've got this cough under control. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you.